Joining me from New York to discuss the future of American jobs, Steve Perry, principal at Capital Preparatory Magnet School in Hartford, Connecticut, and also author of Push Has Come to Shove, Getting Our Kids the Education They Deserve. So welcome back to the show. What is the education they deserve? Because in a recent survey, we haven't done so well.
Well, what we're finding is that in America, our children begin to lose their focus on math and science, these foundational skills that are essential to becoming an engineer or involved in the sciences or technologies, as early as second and third grade, because our schools are too often set up from a generalist perspective, meaning that there's a third grade teacher, and she teaches math, science, social studies, histories, how to be nice to your friends, and how to get along with your teacher. All of these skills might be important, but they need to be broken out, much as they are in the upper grades, where you have specialist teachers who teach math or just science or just social studies.
In a recent survey, 15-year-olds done around the world, rankings here, the U.S. ranks 26th in math, 21st in science, and 17th in English. Abysmal by the fact that we rank so low, yet we rank in the top 5 in terms of money that we spend on students. So it's not about money. What are other countries doing that are different than the U.S. that are creating basically smarter students?
They begin with a higher expectation. Much of what's going on in our system in America is we've allowed the middle-class malaise of mediocrity to take hold, where families say that they don't want homework, or there's too much homework, or there's too much stress, or there's too much testing, there's too much of all the skills that we need to have. They want more downtime, whereas in these other countries, they can go to school during the day, go home, have dinner, and then take night classes, Saturday classes, year-round classes. Our academic calendar is still attuned to or connected to the agrarian society in which we no longer live. Okay,
but what's the solution then?
The solution is to take a look at what the rest of the world is doing, which is to put the high expectations in place now, to create specialists in our earliest classes, to break up math and science so that it's taught early on. Our kids are inherently interested in math and science and more so than they are in the humanities. But we don't push that interest in the earliest grades. You have to go to a science school, and that shouldn't be the case here in this country.
All right, what if I just tell you math and science is boring? Is that the problem?
It's not at all. In fact, our kids really dig science. In fact, if you look at what they like, most of them in the earliest grades, if you ask most kindergartners and first graders what they want to be, they say doctors, because those are the people that are in their lives. It's just that too many of them are not educated by individuals who are strong in science and math.
They haven't been introduced to Obamacare yet. Let me ask you about a statistic I'm going to go through here. The number of STEM jobs that will be available by the year 2018. This is according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. 8.6 million jobs in America are going to have jobs related to math, engineering, and science degrees. This is a big deal. Why are parents and why are educators, and not necessarily in first and second grade, but I think it has a lot to do with, middle and high school, why is there not more focus on this particular topic with the students?
There are many states in which there's a pure dearth of individuals who can even teach those subjects. The fact is that we have too few individuals capable of teaching the skills that are essential to build the foundations for being successful in those areas. Before we build competence in a particular subject matter, we have to build competence. And that's why I focus on the primary education, because if a kid thinks that she or he is not good in math, then you're not going to get that kid to take calculus and pre-calculus, and they're not going to have the skills to do so.
What explains the ranking of 17th in just English? Let's skip math for just a moment here, but in reading and writing, we're not good either.
We're not. And again, we can look at certain states in this country like Massachusetts and see that in science and in math in the 8th grade, they'd be second in the world. So we know how to do it in this country. We know how to do it very well. But if you go down to a place like Georgia and Mississippi and many parts of the Midwest, you find that somehow, some way, we've lost our way. We have not taken the high expectations and the rigor that's in place in the most successful economies and put them in play in our country. We spend so much time focused on making the adults who work in our schools comfortable, as opposed to making our schools more effective.
Well, we can't celebrate mediocrity. We should be celebrating and pushing our kids for success. Steve Perry, thank you very much. Author of Push Has Come to Shove, Getting Our Kids the Education They Deserve, live for us in New York. Thank you very much. Good to have you on the show.